Good morning, everyone out there. I am Corinne Braxton coming to you live from Bozeman, Montana. Today is December 19th, 2023. We are almost at the end of our year here, and I have two fun projects for you today, with both of them are sneak peeks. Let's see if I can find myself on my computer, and we'll see if we can. Oops, I don't see myself yet. Let's see once here. I might not be in the right spot. Let's see here. There we go. I am in the right spot. Wasn't sure. Sometimes that happens. You can end up in the wrong place. Hey, Corey, good to see you this morning. Where are you watching from? You're the first one on here. Good. This is a new time for me. I have so many appointments today. And Stacy from Florida, good to see you too. Thank you for sharing always. I always appreciate thumbs up, sharing, commenting. I read the comments. Hey, Joy, good to see you all. Oh, I'm so glad you all could catch me this early in the morning. My normal time has always been, for 2 years, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. But since I've had my back surgery, I've had occupational therapy, physical therapy, nursing care, and I have all these appointments every day, and usually in the morning or into the early afternoon. So it's been a little tricky. So I'm glad that people are happy. I'm happy that you're all a little bit flexible, can watch me. Hey, Linda, good to see you this morning too. We have a new catalog. We have things on sale. We still have the old catalog, the green catalog. I forgot to get it out. Well, you all know what it looks like. The green mini catalog, things are on sale. Clearance rack is on sale. I have a birthday special this week, so with any orders of $74 or more, you get a big surprise package from me. So we are almost, today we're going to do sneak peeks from the mini catalog. This one's coming up. I understand these are starting to arrive in the mail. Good to see you, Jolynn, Zimmerman, Lisa. Oh, thank you for the hearts, Carla. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So this is the new catalog that's coming. We can't show the inside, but we can show the outside and show the back. It's really a nice catalog. I've had a lot of fun playing with it. This is the celebration. All of this starts January 4th. And during January and February, whenever you order $50, then you get to choose something from here. If you order $100, you get to choose things, or $100 value. Warm greetings from Colorado, Corey. Good to see you this morning. Anyway, thank you for joining in. And we have some fun projects today. We're going to be using this new set called Painted Lavender, and it has corresponding dies to go with it. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. And then the other set that goes, it's a mega set, mega suite. It has 2 stamps, 2 bundles, 2 dies. And then this one's called Perennial Postage. I know you're reading it backwards, but it has these really great shapes, squares and rectangles with like a postage label. So that's what we're going to be using today. Alrighty, again, today is December 19th, 1923. I'm Corinne Braxton coming to you from Bozeman, Montana, and actually the sun is just starting to come up over the mountain. I'm not on usually this early, so it's a little bit cloudy today, but it looks like we don't have much snow at all. So anyway, so we're going to get started. I will have all the directions underneath. Once, give me about 5 minutes after I'm finished, I'll post the directions below this Facebook Live, and then I will upload everything to YouTube, and it will live there. And the directions are always under more. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you ring the bell and subscribe. That'll make sure you can follow me. Anyway, okay, here we go. You can see I have a different color on today. Don't have my brace on. I'm at the point. Hey, Mary, good to see you. I saw the surgeon last week. We saw my PA and the surgeon, and I can wear the brace for a few hours, take it off for a few hours. So I'm sort of in that weaning process. I had it on for the first hour this morning. Now I have it off while I'm going to be stamping for you today. But this sort of gives you an indication of what color we're going to be using today. So Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to turn the camera down, and you girls can keep chatting amongst yourselves. And remember, I always enjoy the thumbs up, hearts, subscribe, share. Thanks, Levon. Good to see you this morning. Yeah, sharing is really caring. That helps me grow my business. I really appreciate that. Hey, Bernadette, we have some new people here, I think because of the earlier time. And of course, it's not so early out in the East Coast, so it's 11 o'clock out there. Anyway, good to see you all. I'm going to flip the camera down. Just hold on for a second. This is, and tighten things up a little bit for a minute. Thank you, Carla. I'm glad you like that color. Thank you, Levon. Appreciate it. Yes, it is my birthday today, and that's why I have a birthday special going on, an ordering special. So I will wrap up a little present for you if you order from me. Okay, this is a little sneak peek. We're not doing this today, but these are some cards I made using a brand new paper called, I think it's called Brightest Day. We have this is free paper in Celebration. I am not sure what it's called exactly, but it sure was a fun set. There's a set in the mini catalog with the clouds and the sentiments, and then the paper is really, really fun. Anyway, really enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun to make. So I will have a class using this. It'll be a free with purchase class in January. Okay, so that was just to help me focus. Here is my host code for the month of December. I'm going to set these aside. And it's always sort of interesting how I come up with a plan for my Tuesday Facebook Live. I really had planned something totally different. And then I was working on, I have all kinds of little piles in my craft room here. And I was working on, I thought, oh, I'm just going to make one card with that paper. I had some, my grandson had embossed. We have a brand new embossing folder, and he had done some of this Gorgeous Grape with this folder called Softly Sophisticated. This is a free with a 100, it comes with a stamp and a stamp set and the embossing folder for a $100 purchase in the Celebration, but it's really, really nice. Like it a lot. Anyway, so I started playing with this, and then I thought, then I ran across, I was looking at my videos, and my highest ranking video is this one. It's like 6.6 thousand viewers. Like most of the time I have like 100 or 200 or 300 viewers, but this one has 6.6. And I did this one many months ago, I guess back in July. Anyway, I thought, you know what? I found this direction sheets, and I love this fun fold, and I need to do a fun fold for one of my swaps that I'm doing in my leaders group. Anyway, so I thought this is what I'm going to do for today. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. This is not the card, but I made a variation. This is what we're making today. So it's got a white base. There's the front. It opens up like this, and then like that. Got things sticking out here. And just like that. This is from Sincere Sympathy. That's heartfelt hexagon, saying with sending you love and hugs. I'm actually going to use a different sentiment today. But that's the card we're going to make today. It's not hard, really. And it's really quite fun. It's a little bit challenging when I'm making 20 of these. It's because it's sort of a lot, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So keep in mind, Softly Sophisticated, free embossing folder and stamp. Really pretty flower stamp that goes with it. Let me set that aside. And we're going to bring in, I think what we'll do is I'll just set that right. We're going to change this up a little bit, so it's not going to be exactly the same. We're going to start, this card takes an entire sheet of paper, an entire 8.5 by 11.5. And I'm going to show you how to score it and then cut it. So the first thing we do, I'll get the measurements out here for you. I have them written down. It's 8.5 by 11. We're going to score it at, first of all, we're going to score it at 5.5. So 5.5 is right down the middle, as if we're going to have two cards. And then I'm going to turn it like this. Turn it to, this is the short end. And now on the short side, I'm going to score it 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Now, just there's the 2 1/8. And I love this simply scored because you can count 1, 2, 3, and that's 3/8. Okay, and that is exactly all we have to do. But it's an entire sheet of paper, so it's a little bit more of an expensive card. You can, of course, you can do that on your trimmer. You can do it on the trimmer. And quite honestly, when I do it on the trimmer, if I'm only making one, I will do 2 1/8 like this. I'll score it at 2 1/8, like that. And then instead of doing 6 3/8, which is tricky on the trimmer, I turn it around and do 2 1/8 like this. Okay? And now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to have these right here. So if you want to take a picture, but remember, I will have all of these written or typed out. I already have them typed out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutting blade and go all the way up to that 5.5. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here on this other side, all the way up to 5.5. 5.5. There we go. And now that's all we have to do on that. Set my trimmer down here. So this first card that we're making is the fun fold. And then the second card I'm going to show you how to make is with some of the leftovers from all of my swaps. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the bone folding. I'm going to give it a good crease. Some of you might want to even craft along with me on this one if you have your supplies handy. You could. I should have maybe typed those up and posted those. That would have been fun. Maybe I'll do that next time. Okay, I'm going to give it a good bone folding everywhere, and then I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to show you how easy this is. This is the hardest part, but it's not hard at all. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut off down right below that score line. I'm going to take a big scissors. You can take your small one too. I sort of like a big one. And I'm going to turn it around. Again, I'm going to cut it off just slightly below that score mark. It helps to bone fold it. That way you have a good indication. So now I'm going to fold this in. Again, give it a good bone folding. It meets in the center. And then this folds over it. And the reason, if you do this and it's sort of lumpy, then you need to come back and trim maybe just slightly more off from this part. Mine's pretty good this time because I went below that line, that score line, and that helps. So there is our card, and these are the measurements again. So now we're going to take our front. We have, so the front of our card, we have a 4 by 5 1/4. I didn't write that down, I guess. Forgot it. And we're going to do some of this beautiful designer paper. This is the from the Lavender, Painted Lavender set. So this designer paper has some like Queen Anne's lace and some lavender on it. I love that lavender smell. And then we have a little piece of checked with crumb cake, and it's 1 inch by 4 1/4. And I'm going to put that on just like that. So I'm going to get my little, where did I put my little, oh, here they are. little silicone mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on here and turn that over. I love this little check. I'm just going to like sort of eyeball it like that. So we have a little edge there. It's 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to put this on. Oops, make sure that's straight. There we go. Whoops, one more. There we are. Okay, and now this is going to go on. This is Gorgeous Grape, so it's just a little darker than the Highland Heather. Oops, I am really everything's sticking to me. There we go. And now we're going to put this. This is one of my favorite fun folds. I've made this for many, many years, this one, but I always sort of resurrect it because I haven't made it now for a few months. So we're going to just put this on the front like this. That's going to be our front. With the white. I want to pick up the white from the Queen Anne's lace right there. And now we're going to decorate these 2 flaps on the outside and 2 on the inside. And I have those already cut. They're 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And I have 2 different ones. You could use 4 of the same. You could do whatever you'd like. I just think this lavender Highland Heather color is beautiful. So that's the other side. We could use that. So on this card that I made, the first one, I put the, whoops, it's probably a little bit, see, that one's probably a little bent, so it's probably a little, you can see it's just, I'm going to give it a little haircut before we go on. There we go. So that's better. But that has the crumb cake on the outside and the lavender on the, or Highland Heather on the inside. Okay, we're going to do something slightly different here. We're going to put the Highland Heather right here. Let's see once. We'll put that right here. So, how many of you have made this style of card before? I bet many of you have. It's sort of a fun, it's not a hard fun fold at all. It just takes a little bit of time. Just going to set that right there. You want to make sure that your lavender is going upward rather than upside down, which would be easy to do. There we go. If you've ever seen a field of lavender, it's really quite a sight. I remember going to the wine country in California. Our daughter used to live in San Francisco, and she and her husband and family, they don't anymore. They live in, maybe we'll do that on the inside this time. We'll do that, sure. Anyway, we used to, before they had children and when they were first married, we used to go up to the wine country, and there'd be lavender fields everywhere in in the wine country of California. So, there we go. It has a great lavender, is such a great flower. It helps, the scent is really calming and relaxing, helps people sleep if you have problems sleeping. And there is the card. Now all we have to do is do our stamping. So let's see what we have here. We're going to change this up. This was my original card, and we're going to change that. We're going to change it. So let me get the pieces out that we're going to use. We're going to use this postage label this time, and that's what I used for my swap. And then I've already die cut these lavender bouquets, so we'll just stamp on that. And let's see, let's get this all organized here. Let me see, I need my little, my big piercing mat. So what we're going to do, bring everything over so I can reach it. I don't have to, I'm not supposed to twist. So we are going to stamp. We're going to stamp these bouquets of flowers. I love doing it this way because you can die cut 2 at a time, 2 sheets of white paper at the same time, and then you can just come in and stamp instead of always stamping, die cutting like that. It's just really fast if you're making a lot of cards. So I'm going to ink this up really well, and then I'm going to just line it up. That one might be a little bit low. Not too bad. Let me just do one more. I'm going to line it up with the tips up here and the bottom, and there we have it. See how fast that is? It's just slick as can be. I really like that technique. And then we're going to, instead of doing another sympathy card, because I have a couple of those now, I'm going to use this set called Perennial Postage. We're going to do I Can't Thank You Enough and You Mean the World to Me. So that's what we'll use on that. You mean the world to me and thank you. So I'm going to do this one in the Gorgeous Grape. I sort of like doing sentiments just slightly darker. I don't know why that is. You can do whatever you want, of course. Can't thank you enough. Isn't that, oh, beautiful font. And now we'll do You Mean the World on the inside. So we're going to open it up. Again, you want to use your piercing mat because, well, we don't need to use the piercing mat because this is not photopolymer, but You Mean the World to Me, like that. And there we have that. And now we're gonna put some, we are going to get some shaded spruce. And we're going to do a sprig. We're going to do one of these, this beautiful. This is a nice, I'm going to actually get a piece of paper, a grid paper, because I don't want to get ink on my piercing mat. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful, crisp, very nice little thing? And we have tiny little flowers too, and it die cuts and all that, but we're not going to do that. This gives you just a good idea. And there we have that in this. I'm going to put that right there. And now we can put this, I want to give this a good bone folding. Like that. And I'm trying to get my chair a little closer. We're going to put this sprig of, I'm just going to put some adhesive on the bottom of it. Just want it to, like that. We're going to use some Wink of Stella on that. We're going to just, I love Wink of Stella. You can just put it on so quickly and it gives it a nice little sheen. Isn't that fun? Just like that. It seems like I go through a lot of it too. And then we're just going to put it on like that, the postage label. And let's see once here if I can find a little, oh, I think this might work. Maybe it's a little big. I have all these little things pre-cut. I have little ones, big ones. This one will be good, except it's just a little bit big, so we'll just cut it. And then we'll just put it on like that. Okay, and we are almost finished with our card. I Can't Thank You Enough. And then we'll get some gems. This is the brand new package of, they're called Purple Fine Shimmer gems. And they have a light, like a Highland Heather, a grape, and then a blackberry, or it could be a, it also could be a berry burst. I'm not sure if it's blackberry or berry. It just, they're all shades of purple. So we're going to use these as, let's see, once we're going to use our, take your pick tool. I'm going to get my little putty end, and I'm going to put a little bit of, let's see, once we'll just put 1, 2, 3. We'll put a couple of these. I think we're going to use the Highland Heather. I happen to have a few more of those, so we'll put one there, and we're going to put a small one on the side of it, and another small one on the other side of it. So we've got 3, a large one in the middle, and there is our card. Whoops, our gems are flying all over. I have this glass mat underneath here, and when the gems land on a glass mat, they really stick. Oh, that one has a little bit of a, you can see how I probably should cut that one off just a little bit more. So I'm going to just trim it a little bit, not too much. Okay, there is our card, just like that. I can't thank you enough. You mean the world to me. And that's our card. And I made an envelope to go with it. Here it is. Here's our first card with the one I made before, the sympathy one. It goes like this, sending you love and hugs. And those are with the shaded spruce sprigs on the card. That's the first one. I hope you'll give that a try sometime. That's a fun system. Now, I have to show you another card I did for a swap. We're not doing this one today, but I'm still in the process of getting this one done. This is for one of my business. I have several business swaps that I'm in. This is another one with that Perennial Lavender. Just You Are Loved Beyond Measure. Beautiful. Same set of stamps. The Perennial Postage. Oh, here's the one that I did several months ago, back in July. That had so many, and this one's, because it's a colored base, I put the white on the inside and a little piece of designer paper, but that's the one that's gotten so many reviews. Here's another one that I did in the same video with the countryside in, like this. This is from the Bold Bouquet, I think, in the annual catalog. Some shimmer paper right there. Okay, now we are going to use, we're going to use a couple new things here. The stamp that we're using is going to be So Sincere, and I want you to choose on this one. I want you to choose whether you want, which sentiment do you want me to use? Knowing you brings joy or happy birthday. So you tell me, because we're going to have to, whoop, I've got a gem on my fingernail. You can see I got a manicure and a pedicure. After we saw the doctor, I can go places now. We went out to dinner the other night, and I had a manicure and a pedicure, which that was so wonderful after so many 7 weeks of not being able to do things like that. So that was great. And I drove for the first time yesterday. That was it's a little scary, but it worked out fine. I wore my brace. It's a little, I can feel every little movement in the car. It's sort of an interesting thing, even though my back is doing pretty well. But the bone is starting, it's still growing. It's going to take six months to a year before it grows completely. So do you like this saying or this saying? So what's the difference is going to be, so when I was making 20 of these, or cutting, I'm still in the process of making those other fun fold swaps, but I had all these pieces left over, like this size piece. And I thought, I can do something